I think I'm going to talk exclusively about fitness, health, and working out today because I've been on like a streak where I just worked out 4 days in a row and I did like a weight check in and I had positive progress. And I'm feeling motivated, but I also feel like it's easy to hit a wall and it's easy to hit a plateau. So like I hit a wall today at the gym and then I pushed through it a bit, but it still wasn't it the pushing through it and what I did for the rest of it didn't really feel that great. But I also feel like the past 3 days I've had really, really, really good workouts, and you have to have some sort of like break in between. And not, it wasn't a rest day, but I mean, I've also been dropping off of my cardio. There's a lot of different factors. So, I mean, yeah, I've been dropping off of my cardio, and there's a bunch of different factors like when you're in a calorie deficit, you have less energy, and it's really important to maintain a calorie deficit if you're trying to like lose fat. And so it's just a lot of different factors to kind of weigh, and also just like being gentle with yourself. But I do feel like I'm using. Oh, that's interesting. I could talk about that. Those are kettlebells, and I have like a foam roller and some other different workout things, but I never work out at home. I think I've done yoga maybe like a handful of times, but I don't actually work out at home, and I'm really trying to get over that and start doing home workouts. But I just have something in my brain where I feel like using this decompression relaxation space as a place for a workout, I don't really like it. Maybe I could do it outside, but then it's like I have neighbors and it feels like, are you trying to be an exhibitionist? But it's like, yeah, it doesn't really, I don't know how to have a good solution for working out at home. So I haven't been able to overcome that yet. But I think also another thing is everyone goes in waves for different things. I feel myself shifting away from like idle time and having idle time, which I need to just embrace because I am the type of person where I'll go through phases where I need a lot of restoration and restorative time and idle time to just kind of veg and do nothing. And then I'll have other times where I really feel like every minute of the day I need to put to purpose and put to being productive. And I'm kind of in that moment right now where when I'm doing things idly or like passively, it doesn't really feel as good. So I think I just need to kind of embrace that I'm in a time right now where I'm not enjoying wasting time or idle time as much, and that's okay because I trust myself to listen to my rhythms and my body and what I need. And I also feel called to kind of like have my idle time be shared with others. So I guess that's not a calling, but yeah, like with my partner, having relaxation and idle time with one another. And then I'm going to hopefully have like a girls' night soon, which feels really fun to be able to kind of have fun relaxation time with a friend. So I think just like kind of making that more meaningful. I wonder if specifically social media is fueling also me having too many hobbies and too many outlets. But there's a lot of productivity hacking will talk about making a bullseye where you're kind of like, this is my primary focus and everything else serves that. I've never really committed to that because I feel like I should have multiple bullseyes, which completely defeats the point. Yeah, I feel like I'm like, well, I should have a bullseye for this and I should have a bullseye for that. And it's kind of like, no, the whole point of the bullseye exercise is that you can only have really so much focus and do so many things well that you have to really like key in and laser focus in and have everything else serve that. And it's an alignment of your priorities. So I think I also get creative with my bullseye about what goes in it, where it'll be like, rather than being descriptive and specific, it'll be something broad where like a lot of things can fit into that, which is just a cop out. It really should be my dog was looking so cute and happy and like unbothered, undisturbed, and then I started sneezing and he freaks out every time I sneeze. So it was very cute seeing him go from like a happy face to all of a sudden being very like, if I had actually sneezed, he would have freaked out, which is cute. You're a very good boy and very sweet. It's so cute. I just walked him around the block and the mailman was out, and he loves the mailman and the mailman loves him and always gives him so many treats. Do you know that word now? Treats? Oh, I guess he knows treats now. I didn't realize that he knew that. So yeah, it's pretty cute. He's a good boy. But yeah, the word that I was gonna say about the bullseye and actually doing that well is tactical, which is something I really feel that's like a corporate jargon word. Maybe it's not jargon, but it is a very corporate word about tactical versus strategic, or otherwise. Tactical meaning kind of like, what are you actually doing and what is literally like the task, or what is the real actual thing, rather than waxing poetic or, you know, staying high level and kind of talking in broad strokes and big picture. So tactical, the bullseye should be tactical in terms of what's in the middle. So it shouldn't be like, yeah, it should be specific. I think I might try to make a bullseye. Although, like, even just thinking about it now, I can think of like 4 different things that maybe could go in there. So that's why it's a good exercise, but I don't really want to do it. I do really want my workout and my health commitment to be the center of my bullseye. I think that is the thing that serves me the most. I think it's the most necessary. I'm seeing progress and results, so to stop now and to lose momentum and give up now would be so sad and silly, and why would I do that? And yeah, I just think it's really, really necessary. And I think at a certain point, I'd like it to be out of my bullseye because it's so habitual and second nature that of course I'm doing that. But I worry that if I take it out of focus, that I'm going to stop being committed to it and stop making it such a priority. And I don't feel like I'm willing to risk that or potentially lose that. So even if it's always in my bullseye for the rest of my life and everything else kind of centers on that, that might be effective. I feel like I should also, this is leading me to think about also letting go. And I feel like maybe I should do like a whole episode or video on letting go, because that's very, very hard for me. And I think in order to make a good bullseye and like really align your focus and set your focus, you have to be willing to let go of other things to acknowledge them as less important. And I don't like doing that. So that's probably a big impediment to me, to my gains. Not that I have a problem necessarily with my gains. I feel like I've done a lot and I continue to do a lot, but if you're focused on your productivity and gains in that way, then yeah, I mean, I think specifically music is the thing that comes to mind, where it's like I'd love for my music to be at the center of my bullseye and this center of my focus and everything. And it really, I've kind of toyed with that and dabbled with that, and I haven't done it. So I think that I need to kind of acknowledge and let go of the fact that that's not really what I'm doing as my main focus. I think it is a huge part of my life still, and it is a big part, but it's not in the center of my bullseye, and it's probably not even in the second ring. It probably is in like the third supplemental ring, and I'm okay with that, for now at least, because I don't know how else to be. I feel like I'd need to quit everything, and like this is what I keep saying, is that I feel like I would need to quit everything and make it like my whole life and my whole world, and right now I'm just not in a place to feel like I want to do that or comfortable doing that. And financially, I mean, I'd have to basically create a studio where I live to a certain extent, and I just don't. I think I just have to come to peace with that not being. Yeah, I have to come to peace with what I have put out and what I have done and accomplished musically, and know that I'm going to continue with some manifestation of that, but it might never like reach a critical mass of like total consumption from me, and I have to be okay with that. I'm glad I still do this. All right.